All right, everybody. Hopefully that worked, unlike last week's pathetic attempt to do a little pre-intro. Why does my hat look crooked? First of all, hat courtesy of Legion of the Leprechaun. Check out their site for these awesome hats. Go Irish, beat Trojans. It's got a little shamrock on the side, and then on the back, the Legion of the Leprechaun logo. Our partners over there at Legion, we appreciate their support. So it's finally here. Beat USC week, beat FUSC week, beat SC. It's going to be an interesting day. Hopefully a great day for the Irish. And we're excited. Hopefully you guys are too. Let's see. We go to the comments section here. If you guys want to jump on, let us know how you're feeling. We'd like to get some score predictions throughout the show. We'll talk about those. We'll give our score predictions later and talk about the game a little bit. But yeah, it's going to be a fun day. I've been hearing from a lot of our friends that are actually at the game in LA right now that are saying there's a lot of Irish fans, which is to be expected. I'm just interested to see how many SC fans actually show up because it hasn't exactly been a good year for them. But as you're going to hear the theme throughout our show today, at least from my perspective, their record definitely does not indicate the quality of team that they are, meaning SC. They've got 5 losses, but they've got some studs, some playmakers on both sides of the ball, specifically on offense mainly. But yeah, it's going to be a test. It's going to be a challenge for Golden and his team. It's going to be a challenge for Riley and the boys to score and score often. And hopefully this thing will be more relaxing than I'm currently thinking it is. But yeah, so Nate, thoughts, concerns, perspectives. What do you? Nate's been calming me down all week, guys. Some of the others have too. I've been a nervous freaking wreck, especially I couldn't sleep Friday. I slept last night just because, I couldn't sleep Thursday night. And then I couldn't sleep last night very well either because I'm just nervous because SC has been a dream crusher for so long for me. And obviously it's very personal for me. So yeah, these guys, we need to show it to them and so much riding on the line. So Nate, where are you at with your perspective? I know you've been doing a lot of deep dives into SC this year. So let us have it, man. Let's hear it.
Yeah, I'm extremely confident. And I think Notre Dame this year hasn't given us reason to not be confident. And I've been saying that the whole time, and I've been trying to, tamper my expectations. But if you go back and look at 2018 when Notre Dame and USC played in the same venue, like Notre Dame the whole year had a lot of one-score games against some really, let's put it this way, bad opponents that they had faced earlier in the season. Okay. That's not the case this year with Notre Dame. The only close game, I guess, and the one that they dropped was against NIU. And, of course, that shouldn't have happened. But there hasn't been another close game this season against a bad opponent. And you can't say the same about the 2018 Notre Dame team, and you can't say the same about the 2012 Notre Dame team who was struggling.
Okay, I like that. Good take. Jake Ryan on Twitter says, we win 34-17. Y'all do great with these. Team Dose. P.S. Nate is the voice we need. Yeah, he's usually the voice of reason, and quite frankly, Nate's usually right. So let's hope that that's the case, as it has been a lot of this season. Nate was very confident in Texas A&M. I was not. Nate was very confident against Army and Navy. I was not. So, and I think it's just the pessimist in me. I love Notre Dame more than anything other than my kids, God, and our country, and my wife, obviously. But it's just, man, it's just so crushing when we lose any game. And with SC being SC and the hated ones, it's always that much thicker of a anxiety situation. And I already struggle with anxiety anyway, so it's not great. But at the end of the day, it's supposed to be fun. It's going to be fun. I'm fired up. 2 hours away from game time. I really do feel that this team is different under Coach Freeman. You haven't seen some of the letdowns of some of the games. Sometimes we start slow, but at the end of the day, they put it all together. And you don't see a lot of the silly penalties that we used to see. I feel like the last few games specifically, a lot of the penalties have been very, very questionable. And so, yeah, I just think that this team is different. For once, I think that we are truly primed for greatness and to do some great things. You've seen some of the scores in last night's 8 OT thriller with Georgia Tech and Georgia, showing that the SEC is indeed beatable. Right now, you've got Michigan up on Ohio State by a small margin, but there's really aside from Oregon, there's really no truly dominant team this year, in my opinion. I think if the Irish can take care of business today, I truly think that they can be in a position to really compete and maybe take it all the way. What else on SC, Nate? Let's talk about. So I was watching the UCLA game last week, and you and I have talked about this. UCLA looked like they were kind of having their way with SC's defense for most of the game in terms of the run game, which obviously we know is our strength. What did concern me, though, on some of the UCLA USC tape is that it seemed like SC was able to move the ball at will in a lot of cases. It would just come up short for one reason or the other, whether it be pre-snap penalty or whatever the case was. But SC's offense can move it. They've got some playmakers. Why don't you talk about some of their playmakers that you've got some, I wouldn't say concern, but you think we need to be aware of?
Yeah, 100%. I just want to piggyback on that and talk about the UCLA game for a second. If you've watched any USC and UCLA game, you've seen the bad blood between the two teams. And honestly, you didn't see much of that this last Saturday. And I really think USC has lost an edge. Lincoln Riley doesn't have this team right. I think they're playing for the wrong reasons. And they're really not playing for their coach or their university or anything. I think they're just playing for the lights, the camera that is Southern Cal and who they're playing today, Notre Dame. I just think they're they've lost it. Of course, like you said, USC has a really good offense. They have a new quarterback, Jordan Mayava. He's a good athlete. He is. I think he's better than their other quarterback who they ran out most of the year,
Mason Moss Miller.
And I think Moss kind of set USC up short late in games. I think every game except for the UCLA game, they were up going into the fourth quarter including the Penn State game at home, which they probably should have won, but I mean, I don't really care. So the best players on offense for USC, though, going back to that, is Woody Marks. He's their running back.
Stud.
He's really kind of like their Jeremiah Love, to put it bluntly.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's their yak back. He's their do it all back. I mean, he's kind of like a traditional USC running back. He's going to be their offense. And then they're going to have, of course, the typical USC receiver that is incredibly good, that kind of comes out of nowhere, and Zachariah Branch. He's a really good athlete. But like we say a lot of times about USC, like their offense is elite. You know, it's insane. We're going to have a hard time with them, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. But their defense is really weak. I think UCLA would have won that game by 10 plus last weekend if they kept running the ball. I don't really know what Bieniemy was thinking. It got really cute. But anyways, I still think Notre Dame's going to win this game by a lot. And I think Notre Dame's defense is too good to be mediocre this game, and they're really going to show to the rest of the committee, every team that they're going to play in the playoffs or wherever they're playing, that they are legit and they should be reckoned with.
Wow, very good analysis, Nate. Appreciate the hard work you put into that. Nate was grinding through a lot of the film and still feels as confident as he does, so that makes me feel confident. Our buddy Justin Knox, who just commented on YouTube, said violence, which as by now you obviously know Coach Freeman. First words out of his mouth last week against Army in the pregame interview was violence. Man, God, the dude just gets me fired up. I was about ready to run through a wall yesterday when he said that. I threw my shirt off and started running around like a crazy person.
Last week.
What'd I say?
Yesterday.
Oh, my bad. Last week.
He said that. Well, it was funny. It was funny on Monday. He was like, well, I didn't really mean violence. I think somebody, kind of put in the word like, hey, we probably shouldn't say violence. But
I think we should say violence often.
Oh,
anyways,
100%. I don't agree with him saying not to say it. But
Justin Knox, he and I were texting with each other the other day. He still thinks it's going to be kind of more on your side in terms of like a 34-17, 34-13 type deal. I'll give my score a little bit later, and Nate will as well. So we got Jake Ryan. We talked about him. Fred Benson, I got my chili lime spice tortilla chips ready for kickoff, and I'm ready for the conquering of Troy. Irish 41, USC 17, all the way to Atlanta with Dos Leprechauns. I love it, Fred, and God, I pray you're right, man. I would love for a nice kick your head, put your hands back, put your feet up kind of game, but I feel like I'm going to be pacing in front of the TV for the next 6 hours, if not longer. Mark Nowrocki from Grant says, go Irish from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Thanks for jumping on, Mark. That's on Facebook. On Facebook, Terry Misner, go Irish, go Irish. Jonah Walls, our buddy. Just win, baby. Absolutely, in the words of Al Davis. Jim McAndrew, go Irish. Roger Weatherall from Facebook says, ciao, guys. Roger here in Italy again. Love watching your cast. Just wanted to shout, go Irish. Amen, dude. Thank you so much for joining us from Italy. That's freaking awesome. Tim Strong, go Irish. Looking good, fellas. Thank you, Tim. Matthew Rose, hey, guys, let's go Irish. Carl Williams, go Irish. Roger Weatherall, how about some Irish football violence? Hey, whatever it takes, just get violent, get after it. That's what it's going to take. You need to punch these guys in the mouth and not let up. Teresa Hines Perlite, I'm sorry if I get that wrong every time, says go Shamrocks, go Irish. Her son, Teresa, if you don't mind, we're going to throw it out there. Her son, Derek Landry, was a stud defensive lineman for the Irish, and she just sent me a picture on our Facebook of him tackling the great Reggie Bush. in a game a while back. Nate made reference to 2012 and 2018. A couple stories on that. I was at both of those games. The 2012 game, I don't remember a whole lot of, but the goal line stands, that team from SC was not very good. I truly don't think I can remember too many guys on that team. It was one of the weaker teams, and they took us right down to the wire. It took a goal line stand. The quarterback, I think it was John David Booty, maybe even something like that. Anyway, he dropped back, didn't hit the fullback. If they had hit that might have been curtains for us. But as you all know, we won and then went on to play that team from Alabama, and they absolutely punked us. 2018, I was blessed to get media credentials for that game. By the way, I will never ask for media credentials again because you're not able to cheer for the team you're covering, and that's just not going to happen with me. But 2018 game, kind of tight, down to the wire, just like 2012 was. You see Ian Book drop back, hit Tony Jones on a little out, and Tony Jones takes it to the house for the game winner right in front of me.
Big
Videos
block by
on
Miles Boykin.
Big block by Miles Boykin. Videos on our Facebook. Pretty cool moment. Before we go too much further, we want to add a good buddy of ours here to the stage with us, Luis Rescalva. He's on scene in SC in enemy territory. We're going to bring him on right now. He is a very excitable person, and we love it. We love his energy. So here we go. So mute him. What is going on here? I think you muted yourself, Luis. Okay. Let's see if we can get Luis back on here. What's going on here? Luis, I think you're muted, buddy. Trying to get Luis on here. Like I said,
hey,
Luis
how's it going? All right, my bad. Hey, we're here, baby, with the chain, representing Notre Dame all day, every day. Los Angeles alumni, we're all rallied up to be here. We're excited, my boy. We're excited.
Love it, baby. Love the energy. What's the move on the ground, man? Is that the USC LA club?
Sorry, guys, I can barely hear you.
No, you're good. You're good. What's the mood like? What's the ratio of USC to Notre Dame?
I'll show you right now. You're perfect timing. Perfect timing.
It's a lot of green. Green, gold, blue. Love it. A lot of people. That's definitely more than were there last year. Sorry. Love it. This guy's awesome. Show us your leprechaun necklace, bro.
Right on, USA. Look at it. This guy's a stranger.
Where'd he come from?
So the mood's pretty exciting, guys. We have a lot of Notre Dame fans from everywhere. Look at this guy right here, my guys. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go. I don't know who these guys are, but he looks like important. Look at him. Look at him. Hey, we're live, guys. We're live with those leprechauns live, showing the Notre Dame faithful that we love you, and we're here to represent Notre Dame. We're here to represent and put some respect behind our name. This is the moment. This is our moment. This is what we've been waiting for. This is why we got Marcus Freeman, baby.
I love it. Love the energy. Love what I'm seeing on the ground. Luis, you're a little bit choppy, so I'm going to mute you for a minute. It's not so loud or choppy. We'll bring you back on. Just for a minute to keep talking,
yes, sir. When I start walking to the stadium, I'll give you guys a call real quick, and I'll let you guys know. I'll be able to talk to this kind of loud.
Thank you, and go Irish.
Go Irish, baby. Go Irish.
All right, that's our boy Luis. Just an awesome ball of energy, keeping it real, down on the ground, boots on the ground. Gary and Dino show on YouTube. Luis is ready for the game. That dude's been ready since birth, I think. He's just like all of us diehards. Let's go to this comment here from ShawDog88 on Twitter. I believe USC is going to keep it close. Rivalry games are the toughest ones to win. Go Irish. Couldn't agree more, Shaw. I'm assuming that's Sean. It's going to be close, I'm telling you. This one, I feel very confident it's going to be close. I think we may pull away late, but I think for the first three-ish quarters, I think it's going to be a dogfight back and forth, field goal here, stop here, touchdown here, a couple big plays here and there. I think it's going to be close. Let's see. Amber Sullivan, go Irish, beat SC. I hope they hang 50 on them. Jason Lynch, Luis makes me want to run through a wall. Yeah, exactly. Luis is awesome, man. The guy's just all love. The LV sunglasses hit. Yeah, those were pretty fire. I think they were real too. I believe this year's team is way better than 2012, 2018, and 2020. Yeah, we didn't play SC in 2020 because of the pandemic. But in 2018, like I said, battle back and forth. Ian hit Tony Jones for that touchdown to send us to the playoffs against Clemson, which obviously didn't go real well. But there's just been so many moments in this rivalry that have been unique. I mean, we can all talk about what happened in 2005 with the Bush push. I still will say to this day that clock hit 0 before they brought the ball back into play, but that's a story for another day. This year's team, led by Lincoln Riley as the head coach, offensive quote unquote genius, mad scientist, whatever you want to call him, but he has been a huge letdown. And there's a lot of rumors swirling up that with Matt Eberflus getting fired, that the Bears want to reunite Caleb, Mr. Fingerprint Man, fingernail paint man, and Lincoln. So we'll see. Joe Hogan from Facebook, he says, let's go Irish, dominate on both lines. The defense does play with violence every week. Yeah, the defense has just been insane. Last week against Army, one of the comments I made in the post-game show was just that it seemed like left and right Army guys were falling hurt because we were just bringing the absolute wood. They were hitting everybody hard, and you could tell as well. It was awesome. Jay Strong, the team I dislike the most, USC. Hope they never score. Yeah, So, little story time. I usually go to the USC Notre Dame game. In fact, it's a rarity that we're not either at this game or the Stanford game, which we don't even know if the Stanford game's coming back. But I've been going to this game since I was a little kid, since I was about 9-10 years old, at the Coliseum, and just some really bad experiences. Fans are just downright nasty in most cases. Not saying all of them, but in a lot of cases they are. And it's there's been some issues where I'll be walking out after a win and people are throwing stuff at me when I'm 13, 14 years old. I went with some buddies from high school before, and, we just got treated like dirt because we were on our Notre Dame stuff. And back in the day at the Coliseum, it was like 85, 90% SC fans, and then a couple stragglers like me and my buddies with some Notre Dame gear on. So never been a comfortable environment. Even 2 years ago when we were there for Notre Dame SC, led by Drew Pine, and they had Caleb, just a bunch of knuckleheads. Like, when they're good, when they're winning games, that place is filled. Everybody's having a good time. The celebrities are out. When they're not good, like they are this year, you're going to see not many fans in the stands. I definitely don't think it'll be a sellout. And I think you're going to see a lot of Notre Dame fans, and I don't think they'll have the home field advantage. What do you think, Nate?
No, 100%. I think LA is a horrible sports town when teams are bad. I think it's one of the worst any fan base in LA is awful. The Angels aren't in LA, so that doesn't apply to them. But fan bases in LA are trash. They're horrible.
Yep. Yeah. And then not to mention the fact that when you are walking out of the game at night, you're taking your life into your own hands because a lot of the parking is in South Central LA. And let's be honest, it's not exactly a wonderful, safe environment for anybody. So yeah, just not a great experience. Nate and I had the opportunity, obviously we were at the Virginia game. So we said, let's try to do that. A second game in South Bend, and then possibly, hopefully, please, for the love of God, a third game, which would be the playoffs instead of going to LA and dealing with that dump. See, Kurt Wilimowski says Irish should win 35-31 due to in LA. Wow, that's a close one. That would make me have major, major heartburn. But you're probably right. Jay Strong, spot on, Nate. Yeah, exactly. Nate's been there. He understands. Have you been there once or twice?
I've only been there once, but I've been around there before. And the Coliseum's a dump. I get it's like a must see place, but it's an older stadium and it looks like it. It doesn't look like some of these older stadiums or arenas that are nicer and more clean up.
Let's see. Harry Flanagan on Facebook says perfect Irish day. Irish beat the Trojans and LSU and Kelly lose again. Whoa, that would be interesting. I don't know who LSU's playing.
Who cares?
Yeah, who cares?
I just hope they lose.
Let's see. Rich LaMonica says on Facebook agree LA fan bases are 100% based on how viral they can be, and getting out alive after is a huge goal. Yeah, perfectly stated, Rich. It's
so you got to be careful wearing the merch in games.
No, seriously, it's really sad. And last year on our way out, a buddy of ours was with us. We were walking out, and we were getting trashed a little bit. We lost the game and whatever. And as we're walking out, some dude in a what's their stupid colors, crimson and gold, whatever their colors are, maroon and whatever, was starting trash. And it was just so ridiculous because the guy was 75 years old and just running his mouth. I think he had one too many White Claw seltzers on his way out. And then what's up with the other thing about SC, their band knows literally one song. And I hate it so much. Every time I hear that stupid song, it makes me want to run my head through a wall. It's the most annoying song, and I swear to you, it's the only song that they know. And the only band worse than SC somehow is a Stanford band, just because they're disgusting. But SC gives them some competition just for being trash. Let's see. Roger Weatherall says, I can't imagine the Irish D giving up 31 points. I like that. Justin Knox on Twitter says, just have all your immunizations and carry some Narcan around that stadium. Accurate, brother. Accurate. Jonah Walls once again chimes in on Twitter. Just win, baby. Ken Hayes went to my first SC versus Indy in 1990. Literally had to run out to our cars. Yeah, so I was there in 88 during that magical run. And I didn't really know too much what was happening other than I was getting yelled at a lot because we did win that game. But I also got to meet a lot of my heroes right after the game, which was just a super cool experience. But yeah, I was not there in 90, but that doesn't surprise me, Ken. I'm sorry to hear you had that. The Gary and Dino show on YouTube, that song is the worst. It literally makes no sense that they truly don't know any other songs. You'll see if you're watching the game on TV today, listen for any song other than that, and you'll be surprised. It's absolutely astonishing. See, Jason Lynch, he led last year's team too. I think he's talking about Lincoln Riley. Amber Sullivan, these rivalry games always give me major anxiety, but I'm hoping Indy shuts them up quick and keeps their foot on the gas. We need a strong defensive game. Absolutely. So Jason Lynch chimes in with his score prediction of 38-10 Irish. 38-20 Irish. I like that score too. Currently the Irish are 6.5 point favorites. Started at, I think, 7, went up to 7.5. Now it's down to 6.5. I really don't care as long as we win, but I do think we cover. What are you saying?
I'm just saying that's good.
Why is that good?
Because more money on USC means Vegas needs Notre Dame to win and cover.
I don't get that, but okay. Pat Malloy says 37-10. Keep the predictions coming in. You'll see we do have on our ticker here just a quick plug, quick little commercial. Grab some new gear on doseleprechauns.com. We had the Thanksgiving sale yesterday. Today, I made a quick little adjustment to the pricing. And for anybody watching the show, we're only going to put it out on the show, and it's only going to be live for a few hours. But if you go to doseleprechauns.com, everything on the store is 50% off. So literally anything you buy, shirt, hoodie, whatever, all of it's 50% off. We're going to keep that up until we'll keep that up till just before game time. Thank you for everybody that's supported us thus far. Straight up going to tell you guys, anything we sell on these sales that we're doing and on the page is going to go directly towards hopefully getting us to a playoff game. So support your boys, grab a couple shirts or hat, or no, we don't have hats yet. Grab a couple shirts and hoodies. Help us get to that Notre Dame playoff game that we will hopefully have here be official in about 6 hours. Amber Sullivan says 34-24 Irish. Justin Knox says fade the public. Not sure what that means. Anybody know? Joey Piccolella on Facebook says 2 touchdowns for Love today. Irish win 28-17. I'm kind of right in that area, Joey, in terms of the score. I think I can see that being a reality. I do think SC will score at least 2 touchdowns on us, which would be more than I think just about anybody else has other than Louisville. Let's see. John David Harmon says Jordan Faison starting to look like the Jordan Faison of the Sun Bowl. I feel he's going to have a big game. I like that comment too. I really hope so. Roger Weatherall, I understand how you feel. I should not have consumed 2 cups of coffee espresso in the last 20 minutes. That's from Roger Weatherall. Yeah, I had my Dutch Bros earlier, so I'm kind of stuttering over my words already. Travis Pinson, 42-10 Irish. I want somebody to chime in with some of these big scores of us winning by 15 to 20 more, and tell me why you think we're going to win that big. We saw somebody say Jeremiah Love with 2 touchdowns. Saw somebody say Faison. Lynch, that's the wrong site. Doseleprechauns.com for the merch. As I mentioned, 50% off from now until the start of the game. Again, anything we sell is going directly towards trying to get us to that playoff game in what will hopefully be a few weeks. Again, hopefully not counting our chickens. I'm personally not counting our chickens. Irish wearing white pants and white jerseys. Oh, I like that. Let's see. Justin Knox is for fellow degenerate gamblers. Okay. Let's see. Roger Weatherall's final prediction here is Irish 34, condoms 14. I like that score as well. Tell me why, Roger. Why are we gonna control this team that's very talented on the road in a rivalry game by 20 points? Let's see. It's fellow degenerate gamblers. What do we miss one here? These rivalry games always give me major upset. Okay. Yeah, what's the score on that, Vandy?
Tied at almost half.
So Vandy and Tennessee are tied 17. What was Michigan and Ohio State?
Tied at half.
Tied at half. Clemson and South Carolina.
I checked, they were tied.
Clemson's about to score, but it looks like South Carolina scored as well, so that's kind of coming down. See, Ken Hayes, what's my first SC versus ND game in 1990? Literally, you already said that. I'm sorry. But either way, I just wanted to reiterate the fact that SC sucks. Let's see. I see a defensive score and maybe special teams as well. That's from Pat Malloy. Yeah, defensively, you guys know how we feel about Bryce Young. He's made several big plays on special teams and defense. I look for him to probably contribute today as well. That'd be a lot of fun to see. Mitchell Peter, kind of along the same lines I am right here. Irish win by 6. Yeah, I think it's going to be close, man. We're all going to need our Pepto-Bismol after this thing. Defense going to have 2 turnovers. That's from Travis Pinson again. Jay Strong, let's talk about his comment here. I like this. 34-17. They have not seen anything like our defense. Our secondary jumps their routes and gives out 2 scores from the D. I like that a lot. I mean, gosh, Christian Gray and Leonard Moore have just been playing out of their minds. I mean, when we lost Benmo, I think everybody was kind of like, oh, God, this is going to be so rough. Christian, 29 Shades of Gray, has been an absolute lightning bolt for us. I love watching him play. Adon Schuler has been as advertised. You know what? Do me a favor. Can you check and see if there's any updates on Howard Cross yet, please, if he's starting? I personally, we don't have this confirmed yet, so please, this is just speculative. But I think Howard Cross will play today, and I think he'll play a lot, and I think he'll play a key role. But our defensive line is really coming alive with Riley Mills really starting to come get after it. Gabe Rubio's been playing well. Donovan Heinisch has been a rock star. Josh Burnham, of course, Bryce Young, and then junior Tulia Maka has been awesome as well. Mitchell Peter, no blowout today, folks. Yeah, I couldn't agree more, Mitch. Jason Lynch said, I hope this is great. Jason Lynch says, I hope the kicking team picked up a soccer kid or something. Love it. Jason Lynch, I messaged you. Okay. So we're going to say, pitch it one more time. Head to www.doseleprechauns.com for 50% off just from now until the start of the game, till kickoff. We want to be able to try to get some of these things sold, get some inventory. Let's see. Rick Munoz, Indy's bend but don't break defense will be the reason we win big today. 35-21 Irish win. I like that, Rick. Thank you. Looks like we got our boy Luis back on the stage. Let's see what he's got. Hey, Luis, back on, brother. What do you got, buddy?
Hey, guys, how's it going?
How we doing?
Man, it's exciting. There's a lot of enthusiasm. Fans really proud, really happy at the moment. It's an enjoyable event every year. Every time that Los Angeles hosts it. Can I come right back?
Let's make sure you get a stamp on you, brother.
Right. Can I get a stamp, sir, real quick?
Yes.
Let me go over. It's really quiet. Excuse me. Hi, guys. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry. I thought I was in a better spot. But now there's a lot of fans keep coming in, guys. The lines are long. The lines are long. There's Notre Dame faithful showed up. There's no doubt about that, guys. Look at that line. It's still long to come in. There's more people showing up. We're at this beautiful view of the garden and all that. That's what I'm trying to walk to, so you guys can have a better understanding of the vibe. There's a lot of USC fans though. They did show up for this game. It's a big moment for them as well to ruin our parade. But I mean, this is what we've been working for, guys. This is why we stuck with Marcus Freeman. We believe in Marcus Freeman. Look at this guy right here. Look at this guy. He wants to chime in with you guys. There you go. They're happy right now, but they're about to be sad in a minute. They're about to go home crying. They don't know yet.
That's right.
So we let them smile right now, and after that, we're going to smack them and send them home crying. You know how we do, because we are Notre Dame.
Smile now, cry later. Luis, tell everybody, is this your first game, or have you been to Notre Dame SC before?
No, this is actually, I just ran into the gentleman that 10 years ago now, actually, we started this as a family tradition, just me and my boys. A little story behind it. I'm a single parent. Long story short, we needed something to like lift our spirit up, you know? So we started. Fight on. Yeah, we'll fight on later. But right now I'm talking. So we started this tradition. It started at Stanford, and the next year, my son had told me, he was like, Dad, what can we do to have something that used to be our family tradition since, you know, now that we're by ourselves. I said, you know what, Notre Dame plays out every year in out here in California. Why don't we go see them play every Thanksgiving? That'll be our little tradition. And this is our fifth time at USC, and I met the gentleman that did it, and it was so crazy my son being so small, being carried by the alumni from Notre Dame that organizes this whole event. And right now we just took a picture with him, and it's just like a full circle, like just to see that out throughout the years how my sons have grown. And well, it's a beautiful event, to be honest with you guys.
Love it. Love to hear it, man. Well, hey, Luis, thank you so much for joining us today. We're going to get out of here and get everybody back and ready for the game. You have a great time today. Bring us a win, and go Irish, baby.
Go Irish. Hey, we got it. We'll see you in South Bend next week. This is our moment. This is what we've been waiting for. This is why we show up, to show that love and respect to Notre Dame, because we have a coach. Let's back him up, and let's show these Notre Dame players that we're here too. California is all Notre Dame. We're going to put some respect behind our name now, guys. See you guys soon, guys. Thank you guys for your time.
All right, brother. Go Irish. All right. Luis, back again, man. What a guy. Love his chain. Got to get me one of those somehow. Amber Sullivan said the kicking game has me nervous. I'm worried it'll come down to a field goal. Huh. Let's sure hope not. If it comes down to a field goal, whoo, I'm gonna be a mess. Let's see. Is Cross playing? Did you find anything yet?
Nothing yet.
Nothing yet.
I'm
Okay.
assuming he's playing. No.
Yeah, maybe not the entire game, but I definitely think he'll play a majority of the game. I'm gonna pin this comment here because it's a long one. But Dennis McCarthy on Facebook, don't let this distract you from the fact that in 1966, Al Bundy scored 4 touchdowns in a single game while playing for the Polk High Panthers in the 1966 city championship game versus the Andrew Johnson High School, including the game-winning touchdown in the final seconds against his old nemesis, Spare Tire Dixon. Legendary moment in Polk High School lore. And if you don't have that, if you don't get that reference, you've never watched Married with Children, I suggest you binge all of it because it's a freaking classic show. Howard Cross, as of 2 days ago, is still questionable. That's right. That's from Shaw Dog on Twitter. I haven't seen an update yet. I think they'll probably be doing walkthroughs here, warm up here in about 5-10 minutes. So we'll probably start getting some of the boots on the ground telling us if Howard Cross is fully dressed and going through first team reps to get ready and everything like that. So hopefully he does, because we would absolutely love to see him play the full game. Because he is a difference maker and a leader of the team, quite frankly. Let's see. Dennis McCarthy, go Irish. Awesome. Let's see what else we have. Jason Lynch, message you. Notre Dame's lack of kicking game concerns me today. That's from Dino, Gary and Dino on YouTube. Awesome show, by the way. If you guys have never checked it out, check out the Gary and Dino show. I believe they're on YouTube and Twitter and everywhere else you get your podcasts. Really, really fun show. Dino DeMilo is one of my good buddies. He's another SoCal, now converted to Arizona State, Arizona guy. So shout out to our boy Dino and his dad, freaking legend. Let's see. So Nate, let's do it. Final prediction. Where are you at? Tell us why your score is what it is. Let him have it, buddy.
Yeah, 41-10 Irish.
Woo!
I really don't think this game's going to be close. I think the first quarter might be close, maybe. I think Notre Dame's been the best team in the country these last 9 games. And you can take that to the bank and deposit it.
Whoa, easy, Coach Wash.
I really think the disrespect for Notre Dame is really starting to show on the players' faces and in how they play, and it's really refreshing to see that. And I hate going back to Kelly because we're so far removed from him, but Freeman has these guys ready, and Brian Kelly really had those guys never ready for when these, journalists, people in the media would talk about Notre Dame in a bad light. But going back to the score prediction, I think if you put a little bit of pressure on a young kid, he starts to make mistakes. I mean, look at Connor Wegman. You put a little bit of heat on him, and he looked like he was getting ready to shit a brick. And I really just think that USC is so disconnected with their head coach and their university that they really have nothing to play for today. They got bowl game already. They're already in a bowl game. So what are they playing for? The LA Bowl in SoFi Stadium that 50 people are going to see? I don't think so. TJ Holden ran all over him last game. He is not Jeremiah Love. Jeremiah Love is going to run for 100-plus yards, 50-plus receiving yards, and 2 tutties. And the Irish are going to win big. Steve Angeli by halftime. Dude,
if that prediction happens, I'm going to buy Nate, I don't know, something nice. I'll buy him something nice. You really 41-10, really?
Yeah, 41-10. Like I just said, I really think USC is a 7-point underdog because of, because it's cool and fun to hate Notre Dame, and people just love to throw money on teams that might keep it close with Notre Dame, i.e. Navy and Army. Those lines were way too close. Like I think I said on the podcast, I think I said we cover in both games. Should have covered against Virginia. That doesn't matter. Who cares? But again, Notre Dame has been the best team in the country every single game since the NIU game. And you can quote me on that. I don't care what you do. Notre Dame looked like the best team in the country against Texas A&M and teams not named NIU. Notre Dame is legit. Fear Notre Dame. I'm sick of the Notre Dame hate. Take it to the bank, deposit it, get me for the playoff game, give me a week off next week, the week after that, get ready for a playoff game. Welcome SMU, TMU, TCU, I don't care. Give me whoever, Irish by 50, Irish by 1,000, Irish to the natty.
That's a mic drop, and I love it. Dennis McCarthy, 41-10 is a solid call. I think our offense has what it needs to sustain a great deep win. With the monster defense and special teams rocket, we have the right minerals to make it. NC, go Irish. I like it. I love them getting fired up here, boys. Justin Knox says, attaboy Nate with his prediction.
Nathan.
What did I say? Oh, Nathan. Same thing.
Nathan.
By the way, last I saw, Indy is 7.5. What is it now? They're negative, or they're 6.5. They're giving 6.5 to the Irish. So SC plus 6.5 right now. So it's gone down 1. It's kind of gone back and forth all over. But I mean, we haven't really. I mean, we've beat the spread, I think, every game except for Virginia, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody correct me on that. Ricky Spanish says, wow, hard to kill circa 1991 Steven Seagal. You can take that to the bank line. Love it. So not only is that a Steven Seagal reference, but we're also diehard Angel fans. I know. Mike Trout, Shohei Ohtani. Anyway, we get it. Yeah, we suck. Our owner sucks. We don't suck. Our owner sucks. But the line that Nate was probably referencing, I definitely can relate to the hard to kill reference because I'm old. But Nate doesn't know about that. So his reference is Ron Washington, the Angels manager, said, we're going to run the West down. You can take that to the bank and deposit it. So it makes me a little bit nervous.
Don't go to sleep on the 2025 Angels.
No, definitely go to sleep on them because we've signed guys like
Bring
Kevin
it on.
Blumen.
Bring it on.
Anyway, that's a story for another day.
USC will not cover.
Let's see. Mitchell had a good comment here. Hey, guys, I came in late. What are the biggest 3 things the Irish need to focus on today? I'll take that one. I'd say number 1 is containing Woody Marks. He's a really good football player, very good running back. As a scat back, catches the ball, can run the ball. He hits the hole hard. He's elusive. He's going to be a pill. It's going to be hard for these guys to contain, although we need our D line to be able to get that pass rush to make the quarterback have to throw it on 3rd and long and things of that nature. Number 2, I would say, is win the line of scrimmage for sure. Obviously, that's actually number 1 on both sides of the ball. Offense needs to push these guys around. The O-line has been gelling. They're now a finalist for the Joe Moore Award. They've been establishing their will. The D-line for the USC is not that great like they normally would be. They lost some of their best players earlier in the year to either decommit or injury. And then I'd say number 3 is don't turn the ball over. I think it's pretty simple. If you don't turn the ball over, you take the home field advantage out of it. You control the ball, control the line of scrimmage, run it down their throats. Let's let Riley throw it around a little bit, but mostly RTD, baby. RTDB, baby. Run the damn ball.
I think Bill Collins said it. Notre Dame has been playing in the Goog this whole week. Highlights from Notre Dame and USC in 2021, and that's huge because that was Freeman's first game in SoCal. It was just a huge remembering of 2020, whatever. The game that Caleb took over and became Heisman.
It is what it is.
Caleb, the biggest thing today, in my opinion, is to limit the distractions. They're going to throw out Caleb Williams to try to get their fans fired up and their stupid, band and their Trojan horse and Traveler and their and all that. But I don't care, man. I don't care. Nothing has distracted this team so far. Going to big cities like Atlanta, going to big cities like New York, going to big cities like LA, like it or not, going to big cities like Notre Dame. That is a big city. Notre Dame is a big city. I don't care. Give me the Irish. And whoever said USC covers, there's no chance. USC is not covering.
There's definitely a chance. It's at USC. It's a house of horrors.
No home field advantage. No nothing. What?
Okay. I love it. I'm telling you, I love the confidence. I just think that SC is literally focused on nothing more than destroying our season, and that's what they're playing for. And they are. They're a talented team. They've got talent on offense, got a couple key pieces on defense. So I think we will win. I'm going to give you mine. I think the Irish win. But I think it's somewhere in the neighborhood of 23-13, 23-16, somewhere around that range. I think we cover maybe just barely. But I definitely don't think in any universe do we get a double-digit win today. Again, my opinion, I love Nate's opinion a lot better. I'm just a little bit more on the tempered expectations due to SC being better than their 6-5 record would dictate. But with that, we're going to jump off here. We're just about an hour and 15 minutes away from game time. We love you guys. Thank you so much for an incredible season, 10-1. Who would have thought we would be here after the NIU game? I don't think anybody did. Well, we did. A lot of people didn't. At that point, everybody was wanting to bench Riley, fire Freeman, fire Golden, fire Denbrock, fire Angeli, or start Angeli, fire this guy, trade that. Guys, keep it together, man. SC is going to have some big plays. Let's not jump off the bandwagon. Let's stay strong, stay united. It's a lifetime membership, baby. You're either Notre Dame or you're not, and it's a lifetime membership. Got to stick with it through thick and thin like we all have, but I do believe this team is different. We're going to show them what's up. A couple more score predictions. Mitchell Tocher, 31-17. Mitchell says, later boys, go Irish. Shaw Dog says 31-24 Irish. That's about where I'm at too, Shaw. So with that, guys, enjoy the game. Go Irish. Beat SC.